I'm Staff Sergeant Josh Hauser, and in the news today, the Pentagon has called improvised explosive devices, or IEDs, one of the most deadly threats to service members deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. According to the Defense Department's Joint IED Defeat Organization, about 70% of coalition casualties in Afghanistan this year were caused by IED attacks. To combat that threat, the U.S. is training service members in Afghanistan how to handle IEDs.
I think this training is important because it gives the combat engineers the experience they're going to need when they're on their route clearance mission. On the route clearance mission, they're going to be faced all the time with counter hazards, explosive hazards, and things that are going to slow them down in their routes and in their mission. It's also going to be something out there that's designed to kill, harass, and just throw off everything that we do here.
You can learn more about this IED training on Downrange, our program that focuses on both Afghanistan and Iraq, airing at 1700 right here on the Pentagon Channel. ISAF forces make a huge drug bust in Helmand Province. A patrol discovered nearly 1,500 pounds of hemp seeds in a car at a vehicle checkpoint. One person in the car took responsibility for the drugs while 2 passengers were released. No one was hurt in the incident. The Provincial Reconstruction Team at Forward Operating Base Farak in Afghanistan has supplied thousands of people with electricity during their time in country. Marine Corporal Dane Christensen takes us to a change of command ceremony where a new group of soldiers hopes to continue that success.
The Provincial Reconstruction Team, or PRT, at Forward Operating Base Farak in Afghanistan recently held a change of command ceremony.
We are here today to attend in this very important moment, that is the transfer of authority of U.S. PRT in Farak. I am very proud to be in charge for this very important event. I'm very happy and very proud of the very great and outstanding job of the U.S. soldiers in these 9 months.
Throughout their months of deployment, the PRT strengthened relations with the Afghan people by supplying thousands of households with electricity.
Well, here in Farak, we've been able to accomplish a lot because of the level of governance here. They want to do well for the people, and we have been able to, the PRT has been able to engage in over 50 projects and has about $16 million either committed or contracted.
With big shoes to fill, the new PRT commander says it's about continuing a process that has already been set.
I hope to build upon the great work that Larry and his team have done over their several months here to help the Afghan people, to provide them opportunity for the future.
Marine Corporal Dane Kanapa Christensen, Farak,
PRT Farak, departed
Afghanistan.
The U.S. military continues to support relief efforts in Chile almost a month after the country was rocked by a massive 8.8 magnitude quake. Colonel Byron Matthewson, the commander of U.S. military forces in Chile, says his personnel are working with local and international responders to provide aid to some of the areas hit hardest by the quake. Early on, U.S. Southern Command flew in 2 C-130s to help the Chilean Air Force bring in supplies. Colonel Matthewson says those crews completed 17 missions in 7 days, moving more than 300,000 pounds of cargo and evacuating about 200 earthquake victims. The NATO training mission in Afghanistan needs more trainers to build a high-quality Afghan military. That's according to the Deputy Commander for Training, Major General David Hogg. He says NATO and Afghan partners have established military academies, an officer candidate school, and specialty programs, but hundreds more trainers are still needed. Major General Hogg says about 800 of the more than 2,300 trainer positions remain vacant. As a testament of how important the training mission is to the Defense Department, the Army deployed an infantry battalion in January to help strengthen the training structure. Hundreds of National Guard troops from North Dakota and Minnesota are deployed along the Red River to help fight rising floodwaters. The soldiers and airmen are working alongside volunteers to help fill sandbags and support traffic control operations. Senior Guard officials say they are way ahead of where they were last year as far as flood protection goes. Troops are deployed on both sides of the river along the border between North Dakota and Minnesota. And the Secretary of Defense, Robert Gates, has recognized the contributions women have made in the military during the Department of Defense Women's History Month observance program. The ceremony was held Thursday in the Pentagon Auditorium. The U.S. Army Fife and Drum Corps led the program. During his welcoming remarks, Secretary Gates said that from overseas to stateside service, American women have served with distinction.
All of these women and many here in this audience have volunteered to serve our nation during times of great peril, both past and present. Their example teaches us to persevere in the face of adversity and also to realize that all Americans willing to serve can make magnificent contributions.
And for the latest military news, signature programming, and more, head online to pentagonchannel.mil.